press conference ahead of the first Queensberry promotion show of the year. And my goodness, what a show it is. The return of the unbeaten middleweight contender Hamzah Sheeraz. He is 18-0, 14 knockouts, 12 KOs in a row. But he is taking on the toughest test of his career. He is taking on a Welsh dragon, sat here right next to me, who believes he can still breathe a lot of fire into this middleweight division. Cracking fight, we can't wait for that. There are title fights galore on the undercard. Hamzah Sheeraz, Liam Williams is your main event. Also, we have the return of Anthony Yarde, clearly one of the best light heavyweights in the world, ahead of a huge 2024. We'll be live on TNT Sports from 7 o'clock. We'll be live in the States on ESPN+, and we'll be live on the Queensberry YouTube channel from 5 o'clock. Now, this event is sponsored by 32 Red, Unibet and Hype Energy Drink. And I think hype is really the key word heading into our main event on Saturday. Hamzah Sheeraz has been getting all that hype. He's been getting the hype from TNT Sports, from Queensberry, from British boxing fans. But Liam Williams will be finding out whether or not the hype is for real. Do not miss this cracking show to start the year. I'm delighted to be joined by the one and only Francis Warren. And Francis, for Queensberry, just a brilliant start to the year. So many great fights. I know you've got Sam Noakes involved as well, who you manage. Give us your thoughts about this.
Thanks, Dev. It's a great show to kick the year off. I think you've got 4 gents up here all with different ambitions, but equally it's all a very important night for all of them. They've got massive ambitions at different stages of their careers. Masood, I think he's definitely knocking on the door now for that British title. I think Daniel Collins is a name that's been mentioned several times for him. I think we'll come back to Sam in a minute. I've got lots to say about Sam, obviously. The light heavyweight division at the moment is one of those that is especially in the UK, I think it's one of the highest divisions in world boxing. We've got a fantastic unification fight out in Saudi between Bivol and Turgiev. And you've got several guys from the UK all knocking on the door. It was a great fight between Josh Barazzi and Dan Aziz last week, and I'm sure Anthony was looking on, definitely chomping at the bit for the winner, who happened to be Joshua Barazzi. I think that's the fight to make for Anthony, so definitely can't be any slip-ups on Saturday. And Hamzah, it's all right, and it's a great opportunity for him to shine against a man who I know very well, Liam. It's very strange for Liam to be actually be doing a press conference with Liam in the opposite corner, but Liam's a bit of he won't mind me saying, an old warhorse of the game these days, and he's going to provide Hamzah with his toughest test. So, in terms of top of the bill, quality fights, quality opposition, this is a great show to kick the year off with, and just make sure people don't miss out.
Indeed, well said, Francis. Well, let's start with the Commonwealth Silver Featherweight Championship, which will be on the line on Saturday. Masood Abdullah, unbeaten so far in 9 fights, takes on what could be the toughest test of his career. Kes Ashfaq is an Olympian. He's only lost a couple of times, but he contests those losses. And Kes, I'm going to start with you on this one. So many people say no to Masood. All I hear is, he said no, he won't fight Masood, they won't fight Masood. You said yes. Why?
Straight away, it's the way I am. It's the way I'm built. I remember being sat outside the shopping centre with my mum at the time, and Lee, my manager, dropped me a text. Literally, that's what it was. He messaged me, and within 10 minutes, me and my coach both confirmed. So it's literally all it took is because I do believe that I'm good enough, I'm more than capable of getting to world level. And this is again, it's a starting point now, featherweight.
Well, look, Masood's another fighter that's been getting a lot of hype. Do you believe it?
I think he's a good kid. I've got nothing bad to say about the kid. He's a nice kid outside the ring as well, but obviously that changes when that bell goes, and that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a good, tough fight, but I do believe that I come out top.
Well, he's got a win over a guy that's beaten you. I don't think we can get away from that. He emphatically beat Mark Leach, and Mark Leach has a win over you. Is that just something that we should ignore? Like, what do you think of that?
Well, around that fight there was loads of issues. I think most super bantamweights in the division at the time would have beaten me that night. There was so many issues before camp, around camp, personal stuff, but this is one of those things. I've moved on from there. I've learned loads from the experience. But yeah, if him and his team want to take that into account, then it's probably better for me because I know what happened around the
Yes,
team.
yes. Quick question. Do you think I had any issues against Mark?
Issues?
Yeah, I mean, you're saying you had issues. Do you think I had any problems going into that fight?
I wouldn't know.
So, why make up any excuses? You lost, that was it.
I lost, that was it. Okay,
It's plain simple. Don't make up any excuses. Be a man, own up to it, and that's it. I had problems going into with Mark Leach as well.
and that's fine.
Yeah, but don't make up any excuses.
But it's
Just be like, okay, the better man won, that was it.
okay, if you're looking at that fight, then
No,
that's,
but
that's fine.
that's what it is.
It just seems to me you're looking into that fight, and that's fine with me.
Yeah, but every time I hear this shit, every single time, you're like, oh yeah, I had injuries, I had this, I had excuses, but you're never saying anything that actually happened. What's your excuse for losing to Mark?
Because no one needs to know what really happened.
But so why mention it? If no one needs to know, don't talk about it.
Well,
It's plain and simple.
I'll talk about what I want.
So why mention it if you're not going to?
Because I'll talk about what I want.
That's what you do. You talk.
Yeah, I'll talk
Good
about what I
man.
want. It's fine.
I'll tell you what, it's like you two holding up runs on the tables together, isn't it? You're not really close, mate.
Yes,
I'm sweating.
you've got Sam Note sweating. I don't know if you've got Masood Abdullah sweating, but is he underestimating you?
I don't know. Well, we'll find out on the night. But like I say,
I don't underestimate anyone. I show my opponents my respect. That's my duty. I take every opponent seriously.